so we're gonna mix that until it just comes together. All right, you still see there's a lot of flour still on the sides. And that's okay, because now we're gonna add in our raisins, all right? And I strained them. Remember, I rehydrated them, covered them with water, put them in the microwave 2 minutes, strained them. They've been sitting there a long time, so they're pretty dry. I blotted the top with a paper towel, and now we're gonna add them in. All right, now, if we were making scones, we would stop mixing at this point. We don't want to overwork the gluten. The gluten, remember, is the protein strands in flour, which when you knead or work it, they develop and make it strong to make bread. So since we are making Irish soda bread, we don't want a scone. We're gonna let this machine run for about a minute, and that will do the work for us. This is kneading it, and we will knead it for a minute. Okay, so now you can see that the dough has completely come together. That's been a minute. And there's no flour bits at the bottom. It's pretty much stuck around the paddle. This is the time when we can take it off. So we're gonna undo that and get this off. And then we can shape our 2 loaves. We're gonna make 2 loaves out of this. So I have my half-sheet pan with parchment paper already ready, and we're gonna take this out and then divide it into and form our loaves. So I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod so you can watch. Hold on. So here we have our 2, I just divided it by eye, our 2 pieces of dough, and now I'm gonna form it into a loaf. So I have some flour lightly dusted on the surface, and it's very sticky, so if you cover your hands with flour, it helps not to keep it sticking too much. And this is kneading action. You press down, pull it back, fold it over, press down, pull it back, fold it over. I'm creating a round ball shape, and I'm working the gluten strands so that it will stick and have a nice smooth exterior texture and be like bread. So we don't need to work it too much because we did let the machine run for a minute when I was mixing it, and that did most of the work. But I do want to create a nice loaf shape. And importantly, you always have to remember there's an X on the top of your loaves. Irish soda bread tends to have an X right on the top, and that's a symbol that it's the Irish soda bread loaf. All right, so that's a nice shape, like a ball. And I'm gonna cut my X in at the top with my paring knife. I'm just putting that ball shape right there. All right, and I have a visitor, 1 second. Oh, okay. I'm in the middle of taping, come on in. Okay, so I've already made one. Now I gotta do the next one. I'm gonna flour the surface again. There we go. And I've shaped it just like I did the other one. Push down, pull up, fold under, sort of rotate, push down, pull up, fold under, and it's getting a tighter, smoother texture. Not sure you can see that, but that's what I'm doing. All right, so again, I have my nice ball shape, and I'm gonna cut the top with an X. And it's going to go into a 350-degree oven, okay? So this is going in the oven, and we have to cook it until it sounds hollow. So what I'll do is I'll take it out, I'm going to tap on the bottom, and if the loaf sounds hollow, I know it's ready. Okay, In it goes. Turn the light on.
Yeah, it's on. Right there.
Okay, so we're gonna test this. It's been in there for 25 minutes. See how it looks nice and golden brown? And how do we know if it's done? We're gonna pick it up and tap on the bottom. See it's golden brown? See that? Can you hear? Come a little closer so, can they hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, that sound sounds like it's hollow. It's done. All right, so we're gonna take it out of the oven and let it cool. These are our 2 loaves of Irish soda bread. Now, I did not rotate the pan halfway through baking, so I'm not sure if you can see, but I should have because one side is darker than the other. All right? So, I mean, that's okay because we're just doing it for ourselves in the kitchen here in class. But if we were working in a bakery and we wanted to sell these, they would not be the best looking thing. We would want to make sure we rotate it so that the baking is even and you get that even color around it. So, I mean, I could put it back in for a couple minutes, turn around and hoping that it gets that color, but I'm gonna get it out. All right, so that's gonna take quite a while to cool, and then I'm gonna slice into it and put some butter on it and let you know how it tastes. Thank you. Okay guys, so impatient me, I couldn't wait. I sliced it while it was still hot. It crumbled a bit, almost fell apart, but I'm gonna spread on. This is room temperature butter. Look how beautiful that just spreads over our Irish soda bread. And now I'm gonna taste it. So it is a bit crumbly, but it is so good. It is so delicious. I love Irish soda bread, and it's just wonderful. And see how beautiful that loaf came out? So obviously I'm gonna let that one cool because I don't want that one to fall apart. But this one I'm just gonna munch on now for lunch and really enjoy it. So let's just go over the recipe again because I converted all of the measurements. So our 8.5 ounces of raisins is 1.5 cup. 20 ounces of all-purpose flour is 4¼ cup. 1.2 ounces of baking powder is 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons. The 3.5 ounces of light brown sugar is a 1/2 cup tightly packed light brown sugar. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. The 0.25 ounces of caraway seeds is 1 tablespoon. 3 ounces of butter is 6 tablespoons. Our 2 eggs, large. Just don't forget unsalted butter. I should put that down. And 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. And I think I would rather do it at a 325-degree oven and have it slower because at the 350 oven, I took it out when I thought it was ready. I tapped it. It sounded hollow, but then when I cut it open, the center was still a little bit underdone. So I put this back in. So, I mean, you can see now the color is more uniform because I put it back in the oven. So this one should be completely done. Remember I was talking at the beginning how the color was different because I didn't rotate the pan. Well, I put it back in the oven, rotated it. This has a darker color now. This is definitely done in the center. And 325 would probably be a better temperature. And that would be about 35 minutes. Okay, so 35 minutes at 325. Okay, enjoy everybody. So remember, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Make some Irish soda bread and enjoy it. Take care. Bye.